The Euphrates River has been a boon to the people of Syria and nearby nations since time immemorial. Humans are not the only ones who rely on this water body. Various species of plants and animals rely on this water source for their lives. However, something terrible is happening to the Euphrates right now. What is it? How is this going to affect the people in that area? The Tigris and Euphrates make habitable and productive one of the harshest environments in the world. There was a time when the Euphrates and the Tigris rivers in the Middle East were so green and lush that it earned itself a name known as the Appalachian Fertile Crescent. This lush green area is no more. It's speculated that it will be a huge desert in no time. The drying up of the Euphrates has a great importance, both scientifically and biblically. The Euphrates is one of the prominent rivers in West Asia. It rises in eastern Anatolia, generally flows through southeastern Turkey around Şenliurfa, Adıyaman and Gaziantep provinces, before crossing the border into Syria and then Iraq, before emptying into the Persian Gulf in Basra, after joining the Tigris River in Shatt al-Arab. Euphrates' total length is approximately 2,800 kilometers or 1,740 miles, with 971 kilometers or 603 miles in Turkey. The river has two headwaters, the Karasu and Murat rivers, which join somewhere near the Kibin district of Elazığ province, where stands the Kibin Dam, one of Turkey's largest. Ancient Mesopotamia developed along the banks of the two massive rivers, the Euphrates and the Tigris, in the midst of a very large desert. The river, which runs for 1,740 miles, is considered Asia's longest. The river runs through Turkey, Syria, Iran, and Iraq before reaching the Persian Gulf. Right now, the Euphrates River is in great danger of drying up completely, and its future seems rather bleak. The river has reduced significantly in size in the past few years. Scientists believe it to be due to Iraq's neighbors Turkey and Syria's water policy, a drought that was 2 years long, and years of abuse by Iraq and its farming community. There are two Bible texts that predict the Euphrates River would eventually dry up. God judges the leaders of Babylon and her smart men, as well as the false prophets, horses and chariots and wealth. God then says in Jeremiah 50:38, "A drought on her waters, they will dry up. For it is a land of idols, idols that will go mad with terror." The Euphrates River is said to have watered the biblical Garden of Eden. When the Bible says particular things will happen, it doesn't tell if it's due to nature or because of man's politics or industry. They just happen. The river banks of the Euphrates River are losing agricultural land. The hardest part of it is that access to clean drinking water has become scarce. It's a nightmare for people living out there. The consequences of water shortage are grave on the health of the people living here. According to the Autonomous Administration of North and East Syria, the Euphrates River water reduction policy of the Turkish government will put nearly 9 million Syrians living near the river at risk of humanitarian catastrophes. The international community and human rights organizations are implored by the Dams Administration of North and East Syria to put an end to the aggressive acts of the Turkish state. The poor are the most vulnerable and are suffering more acutely, but all are feeling the effects, including the sheikhs, diplomats, and even the members of parliament. The rain-fed North's wheat and barley plantings are down by 95% from average, and the East citrus and date palm groves are dry. The reservoirs have been drying for the past 3 years due to below-average rainfall. The life near the Euphrates River is not the same. The news and the media are taking advantage of this situation. News anchors and social media prophets are everywhere right now. They claim that the biblical prophecy found in the book of Revelation is being fulfilled. Another prophecy tells us about the presence of 4 fallen angels or horsemen who are trapped beneath the Euphrates River and are waiting to be released. It is said that more than 1/3 of the world population will be destroyed by these angels when they come out of confinement. It will take 1 year, 1 month, 1 day, and 1 hour to slay the third part of men. The Bible prophecies may or may not come true. However, the only fact that stands before us is that the Euphrates is drying rapidly and declining. It might be the start of a humanitarian crisis. Farmers who rely on the river have started to take their own lives because they don't know anything else to do. Across the border in Syria, the levels at dams on the Euphrates River have fallen by up to 5 meters, shrinking reservoirs and leaving farmers struggling to access the remaining water reserves. The situation of the people living there is pitiful and dire. What do you think will happen to the Euphrates River in the future? Will the Euphrates River be alive in 10 years from now? Let us know in the comments.